Would PS Audio consider an integrated circuit? Vic in Austin, Texas is asking this question, and Vic writes, Dear Paul, over the years of listening to you, sorry about that, I've grown an appreciation for system-level design in audio. Has there ever been a temptation to take your team's expertise to new scales? Integrated circuits seem like the direction of many electronic systems with compromises that have melted away over the years. Is there space for high-quality audio on a chip? Take care, Vic in Austin. I think so. I think there is room for that. The problem is we're a small company. I mean, we're only 50 people. And making an IC, usually called an ASIC, which is an application-specific integrated circuit. Yeah, fancy. We engineers love these acronyms, don't we? We just love them. An ASIC sounds like a disease. Yeah, I mean, it would sure be easier because we do a lot of discrete circuits, and discrete circuits have, big components. They take a lot of real estate. I would love to be able to design our own integrated circuit. Years ago, we got not designing our own circuit, but we tried to take advantage of the ICs because ICs have advantages and disadvantages. One of the advantages of an integrated circuit, where everything's on a single piece of silicon, temperature stability, matching of components. Whew! I mean, when we buy transistors or vacuum tubes in individual packages, we have to hand match them. I mean, sometimes we can buy them matched, but it's pretty rare. We normally have to just hand match them, and our production guys match, put them in bins, and then line them all up. On an integrated circuit, they are matched within a gnat's ass. I mean, nothing better than that. And as the temperature of the chip goes up, so too all the components, the resistors, the capacitors, all of that. We could have many pins coming out to where we don't have to suffer through the capacitor on an integrated circuit. They usually are not very good. So we could have it come out, put a beautiful capacitor over here, and then pop back in. So years ago, we used to use what were called transistor arrays. So you would have an array of just base collector emitter on an integrated circuit, and then you could connect them up any way you wanted. I'm not sure they make those anymore, and they didn't make them in the voltages that we need, because part of what we do with discrete circuitry is we run high voltage. And while you can do high voltage with integrated circuits, it's typically not done. The last problem I'll bring up with integrated circuits, aside from the cost being like millions, at least the last time I checked, is heat. So one of the things we do with discrete circuits within our amplifiers is we run a lot of current. I mean, a buttload of current, to the point where it's like, whoo, you've got to have a heat sink on this thing, right? Because many of our designs don't use a lot of feedback, and some don't use any feedback. And in order to linearize a device, oftentimes we have to run a lot of current through it to get it into its Class A region for the entire signal. And that's almost impossible to do on an integrated circuit. So that's kind of the ins and outs. Yes, there are things I would dearly love to do with an integrated circuit, but I would have to have control over the silicon types. I would have to have control, which can be done through different dopings, but voltages, heat, packaging, numbers of pins, and by the time you're done, it'd probably bankrupt the company. But it would be cool. All right, Vic. Thanks for the question. I'll talk to you later. Bye.